Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today we are going to do an individual reading for Taeyeon. In this reading we will divide this into 4 sections: her current energy, her career, her love life, and any healing messages that come through at the very end. Here we have our tarot and here we have our oracle, and in the description below I will have the timestamps for you to skip around if you want to, or you can watch the whole video as you wish. And let's just jump into her reading. If you look at it, there's a lot of purple, and I just thought that was fun. Very funny. So let's start off with Taeyeon's current energy. How is she currently doing? So we have the Ace of Wands reverse. We have the Devil reverse. And Temperance. Okay. So with the Ace of Wands reverse, it kind of shows that right now she is taking some time off, or she's not taking action towards something. Usually aces talk about new beginnings, starting new projects, and with it being reversed, it kind of tells me that she's not taking action, or she's not going towards this new beginning. And it could also mean that she is motivated and has the inspiration to do something, but she's not taking that action yet. Like, she hasn't physically done anything to make that project come through. However, she already has the idea of making it happen, because aces talk about passion, inspiration, and motivation. So I do feel that she is ready to embark on it, because she already has like the fuel that is creating the momentum for her to start something. But she seems to be either holding back a little bit, or maybe she doesn't know where to put all that energy in, and that's why this Ace of Wands is reversed. However, the card that was next to the Ace of Wands was the Devil. Usually the Devil talks about being under the illusion of something, or not being able to see things clearly. Maybe it could also be like maybe external forces working against her somehow. The Devil is Capricorn energy, so maybe she is too focused in her career, or maybe she's too focused in her public image that it's kind of getting in the way of what she wants to do. However, I do want to point out that the Devil is reversed, so that kind of tells me that she is aware of the things holding her back. So she's not completely under the illusion of something. However, those things that are those external forces that are getting in her way are still kind of bothering her in such a way that they're holding her back still. Even if she's aware of those external forces getting on the way of the action that she wants to take, she is still holding back a little bit. So in this sense, the Devil is reversed because she's aware of the illusions she's under. However, she is not like fully ready to go out of her cocoon to take action towards those projects that I mentioned here. If you see clearly this, I'll turn it up right so you can see it. Here we have like the Devil holding the heart, and a person here like in fetus position, like trying to protect themselves in this circle. So to me, this kind of shows that she is still kind of like in hermit mode, still taking care of herself inside a cocoon, still developing and becoming this new version of herself. However, there's something within, there's a sense of heartache that she may be going through still. I don't know what it could be necessarily, but something's holding her back. The last card that we have right here is Temperance. Now, Temperance talks about having patience. Temperance is also about balance. Temperance is Sagittarius energy, so maybe looking in different cultures, maybe traveling. I wanted to mention that I do believe that I heard somewhere, I think my sister mentioned this, that Taeyeon was the type of person that she would like to just drive around, just aimlessly driving just to distract herself sometimes. So I wonder if that's one of the things that is still till this day helping her, because this Temperance card does talk about travel. You see it from the energy of representing Sagittarius. However, if you see Temperance on its own, it's a card about balance. It is a card of patience, lots of patience. Here we have blue. I say blue and I'm pointing to the yellow. We have blue and yellow, which is supposed to represent the throat chakra and the solar plexus, which are chakras that represent speaking your truth, and it also represents confidence, optimism, and creativity. So there is a sense that currently Taeyeon is focusing on trying to gain that confidence again, gain that up, have a better outlook on life and be more optimistic. And it seems like that is giving her the knowledge right here, because we have like Yeah, I think it's a dragon right here, and to me, dragons symbolize ancient knowledge or knowledge that is not super accessible right now to us as humans. So yeah, this guardian angel is also protecting her. So there's a sense of she's divinely protected and getting new information to speak her truth that is coming from her pure energy filled with confidence. As I was saying that, the timer is at 555. With you guys, we might not say that because we cut pieces of the transition. So when I was putting the cards away, that got cut off. So it will not be 555 when I said that, but to me it was. So to that's a synchronicity of change. Anyway, let's continue checking out what Taeyeon's current energy is all about. So we have the Empress. The Empress is Venus energy. This is supposed to represent, as you can see, all this orange, the sacral chakra, which is all about sexuality, sensuality, and again, motivation and confidence. Well, confidence, I'm saying confidence because of the motivation part, and you're someone that is feeling themselves. Not literally. I mean, I mean this in the sense of someone that is finally being who they truly are. They're in their own vibes and their own energies, and they're very confident with that. That's what I mean by confidence. Usually confidence goes with the solar plexus, but in this case, it's someone that is so sure of themselves and how to express themselves that's why it comes off as confident. Here we have a bunch of butterflies going around the sun, so to me that shows someone that has transformed and has gone out of their cocoon. As we talked earlier, there's a cocoon imagery right here with the devil, so eventually there is a sense that Taeyeon will eventually go out of that. So this seems like a conscious choice of going into like this cocoon type of metaphor. So Taeyeon is in isolation for some time to take care of herself, and she's aware that she has to do that sometimes to go out and be her true Empress self. So the Empress talks about someone that is filled with beauty, someone that is very confident, someone that is able to see the beauty of life, because again, the Empress is Venus energy, and Venus is a planet that talks about being able to appreciate the luxuries that life has to offer, being able to see the beauty that life has, is someone that brings beauty themselves as well, and someone that enjoys just the little things in life. So I do believe that this Empress is showing how Taeyeon is slowly transforming into this beautiful butterfly that is being optimistic, someone that is okay being under the spotlight, and someone that seems to be very content with themselves in the life that they're creating. So I do feel that Taeyeon is slowly going out of her cocoon to create that type of future, I guess you could say. Then the other two cards that came with it were the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups talks about making a dream come true. Cups are all about emotions and creativity and spirituality. So in this sense, the Nine of Cups is talking about the dream coming true of that transformation that we saw with the Empress. And this is also talking about emotional fulfillment. Here, all of the fishes are going in one direction, so I do feel that all her concentration is in making that dream come true, and it will bring her a lot of satisfaction and movement in her life. So she is going with the flow. I feel that that's one of the things as well, and that's bringing her enlightenment and happiness. So she's currently working towards that, and she is aware of the timeout that she needs to, I guess, bring herself back together or recuperate herself somehow. Recharge, I guess, was the word that I was thinking of, actually. The other card that came with the Nine of Cups is the Moon reverse. So the Moon is a Major Arcana card, so it seems like Taeyeon is currently going through something big. When you have a lot of Major Arcanas, it's a symbol, or it's supposed to represent a big chapter in your life, or something like a big change, because it is the journey of the Fool, if you want to put it that way. The Fool is the first card of the Major Arcana, and all of these ones are supposed to represent like important chapters that we are meant to go through to learn the lessons that we put ourselves to go through in this life. That's what I'm trying to get at. So the Moon talks about the unknown, talks about not seeing things clearly because it's about our subconscious. So with it being reversed, I feel that Taeyeon is not, even if she's not aware of this, she's still going through this. There's a lot of unknowns in her life, there's a lot of things that she can't see clearly, and that is because the Moon is supposed to represent her subconscious. And I don't know how aware Taeyeon is of that subconscious side of herself, or even the shadow work that she has to do in her life, but this Moon card is kind of telling me that it doesn't feel like she's seeing things clearly with it being reversed. It actually feels that she is not aware of what's holding her back, but it seems like she's still able to work with it. So even if she's not super conscious, her subconscious is of course there. It never goes away, but I don't think she's fully aware of how that works or how to get in contact with that side of herself. So she's not fully aware, like she can't see it clearly. It's still there and she can work with it. So it does feel like she doesn't get in the way of her own self, but it also feels like she is not fully aware of that side of herself, so she doesn't know how that works. But she is doing a good job in making sure that to not be afraid or to not have those unknowns be something that's holding her back from moving forward and making her dreams come true. What else is going on with Taeyeon? Let's see. We have Justice and Strength. Again, two other major arcanas. So this is big. I think I'll put it here actually. So with Justice and Strength, we have a sense of balance and a sense of strength, of course. So with Justice, we have, of course, balance because this is a Libra card. And I just noticed that if you look at it, the person that is supposed to represent balance looks very similar to the person that symbolizes strength. So here we have a combo of Libra and Leo, so I'm getting a very strong sense of justice. So I'm getting that currently Taeyeon is working in getting justice for herself. So sometimes people, when they see the Justice card, they talk about going to court and going in your favor type of thing. However, I'm not too sure if Taeyeon is working on something like that, but I do feel that right now she has the confidence and the strength to make very big decisions in her life if she decides to, because she has enough balance to move forward and she has enough strength to see things clearly. Now, let me clarify here a little bit more. So strength is supposed to show how you have tamed the beast inside of you type of thing. So I do feel that here Taeyeon is able to work with what she cannot see, and even if she can't see things clearly, she's able to also work with the external energy that gets in her way. She takes her time, so that's very important. Like, she's not pushing herself forward to the point that she is almost like going against the flow. She's allowing things to take their course and she's going with it as much as she can. So this strength card tells me that she has tamed that beast. So the beast in this case is the side of herself that she can't control, and she has tamed it by being able to work with it. That's kind of what I'm getting at. So this strength card tells me that she has found her strength. It could be motivations as well. We can say that right now she's working on powering herself up. Again, kind of what I was talking about here. Like, she's fueling herself up to do something and she's getting there. And this sense of balance goes very well with the Temperance card that she got. So I do feel that right now she's doing a very, very good job at keeping herself in balance and being able. With Justice, you have someone that has very good judgment, and with Strength, you have someone that has the mental capacity to take action. So she has courage and bravery as well as very good judgment with that Justice card. Since they're both upright, this shows a very good sign. Here we have butterflies and birds, and to me, both of them mean transformation. But in this case, these birds are also symbolizing to me a sense of freedom. Sense of freedom. And then we have the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords talks about feeling trapped. Again, let me clarify. Let me put it right here. To me, the Eight of Swords is very similar to the Devil energy, but it's like a lesser version of it because it's not a major arcana. This Eight of Swords is kind of like a momentary thing, right? But the Eight of Swords is someone that feels trapped. Here you have a swan that is surrounded by these 8 swords, and there's vines and thorns keeping this swan from flying and being free. However, there's a hummingbird that is lighting up the path for this swan, and it's kind of bringing hope. Usually with the imagery of the Eight of Swords, you have someone that is tied up and they are blindfolded so they can't see clearly. And if you take a closer look upon the imagery of this card in the original tarot, you will see that the person has the full freedom to walk away, but since it's Swords energy, we're talking about ideas, thoughts, communication, and mentality. So this is all mental, right? It's a mental struggle, obstacle, feeling trapped and being imprisoned and not being able to move. So usually with the Eight of Swords, we're talking about someone that is under the illusion that they're trapped, or they're under the illusion, it's a mental blockage, basically. That's what I'm trying to get at. So here it feels like, even though I just talked about freedom, strength, and good judgment, Taeyeon is still going through a period where she is still trying to get herself out of her own prison. Mental blockages can be a lack of self-worth. It could be a lack of knowledge. When someone lacks hindsight, they become a bit they lack trust, or they lack faith that things will work out. But I want to point out that at the bottom of the deck we have the Wheel of Fortune, and usually when you look at the bottom of the deck, that card is supposed to represent the energy that the rest of the cards have. So this is very important. And again, we have another major arcana with the wheel. This is number 10, so that is the end of a cycle. The Wheel of Fortune talks about fate and things moving forward. This is Jupiter energy, so that's an Jupiter energy. Jupiter is a planet that represents Sagittarius, but here with the Wheel of Fortune, we're talking about destiny. We're talking about things finally moving forward, things taking their course, the pieces coming down together, everything working together, that kind of energy. But with the wheel, as much as we talk about fate and destiny, there is a sense of rebirth of sorts. I'm saying that because we have these flowers, to me, and then we have like fairies, so there's a sense of being divinely protected, taken care of, and being nurtured. So I do feel that whatever plans Taeyeon has, whatever her destiny is, it's taking its course, and life is doing its best to nurture the path that she's going through. Of course, she's protected and guided as we have all the light, but also there's a sense of nurturing the path. So it's taking care of herself, taking care of the people involved in her path. So she doesn't have to take care of that, only of herself. That's the only power that she has, to take care of herself. Life will make sure that they take care of the people that are necessary for the path that she's taking. Okay, just a little bit more. What is Taeyeon currently going through? We have the Ten of Swords. Oh, sure. Ugh, I said sure, and then I regretted that. Okay, let me see if I can fit this card. So the first card that came out is the Ten of Swords. I'll put this in my hand. And we have the page... Wait, hold up. It's the Eight of Wands reverse. Okay. So with the Ten of Swords, we have the energy of someone that feels... someone that feels very burdened, someone that has a lot of ideas and thoughts that are holding them back. So it seems like right now Taeyeon's biggest enemy is her own mind. I don't feel that there's external... It's her view of things that is getting on her way, and it's not super bad. To me, it feels like it's pretty normal that she's going through this, and it feels like, and it's the main thing coming in her current energy, because it's the biggest obstacle she's going through. Because emotionally she's doing fine. In action wise, she's not taking it because of the mental hold-ups and obstacles she's going through. And with the swords that she's getting, we're getting that energy. With this Ten of Swords, there's a sense of holding back somehow. Again, there's a mental blockage, so she may feel like there's a lot of criticism holding her back. She could be her worst critic as well. Or there's a sense of like she can't bear to look at the difficulties that she's facing. Maybe she's... Again, we kind of talked about this already with the Eight of Swords, so that's coming up again with this Ten of Swords. But what's getting my attention is actually this Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands talks about someone that is putting all their energy and focusing and taking one action. Taking action towards one goal, one specific goal, one target, just going for it. This is a fast energy, this is super focused. But with it in reverse, it talks about someone that has a scattered energy, and because of that, the focus is not there. So I do feel that with Taeyeon, that could be the case. She's thinking of so many things and looking on different obstacles that are not letting her focus her energy. So she can't take action towards one certain goal because there's many things blocking her path because of the way that she's thinking, the way that she's perceiving it, let's put it that way. But also there's a sense of... maybe she doesn't know which path to take, and because of that she can't focus her energy in picking one target. So her energy is a bit scattered. She doesn't know what to do with it. She doesn't know how to handle it because she's putting it everywhere. So maybe she has a lot of projects going on at the same time, or her own self-criticism is making her doubt one project, and because of that she starts working on another project and doing all of that over and over, to the point that she's just spending her energy on a lot of things at once. However, we have the Six of Wands, which talks about victory and being successful. So let's take out the rest of the cards to see what that's talking about. We have the Six of Wands reverse. So the Six of Wands upright talks about success, and then the Six of Swords reverse talks about staying stagnant somehow. So the Six of Swords usually talks about someone that's leaving something bad behind and moving forward to something a bit more positive. So with it in reverse, I think she's staying a little bit in that negative energy, and that's making her lose focus, especially with a card that comes next, which is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups talks about being distracted. So it seems like she's being distracted somehow by focusing on what's in front of her. So she is taking things at face value, and she's not able to see what life has to offer to her. She may be very sad, and because of that she may be distracted. The Four of Cups is usually representing someone that's looking at three cups in front of them, but is not aware of the blessing that life wants to bring this person with that fourth cup. Four talks about stability, so in this case she's bringing stability to her emotions. Here we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. To me, usually the Queen of Pentacles talks about taking care of yourself, self-care, when it's reversed. When it's upright, the Queen of Pentacles can take care of other people, because it's a very nurturing card. This is usually Taurus energy. So, maybe feeding other people, cooking for other people, giving gifts to other people, doing physical and material things for others. But with it being reversed, this talks about self-care. So instead of nurturing other people, it is time for Taeyeon to nurture herself. So yeah, right now she may be distracted, she may be a bit stagnant. She will definitely succeed, and she knows she will succeed. Just that right now she's in a moment where she has to take care of herself, and it's perfectly fine. It seems like she's aware of it, so she's just doing that. And the last card that we have is a Ten of Pentacles, which is a very good card. The Ten of Pentacles talks about stability, a long legacy, and success in career, her work, or any material, physical things that she's taking action towards. So maybe money, maybe her career, maybe any project that she's physically working on. It will succeed with this Ten of Pentacles. It is divinely protected, as we have this dragon right here. I almost say tiger. I don't know why, but yeah, this is a dragon, a tiger. And if you look at it, she has like an egg or a fruit on her hand. So if it's an egg, it's like taking care of something that will hatch, so a new project, nurturing it. But if it's a fruit, it's like she is bearing the fruits of her labor, right? Like she has worked very hard for something and it's bearing fruit. Like she can finally harvest her hard work. Taeyeon is divinely protected, and she will be taken care of, as well as the path that she's going through. Again, she got the wheel, so destiny is definitely in her favor. She will definitely succeed, even if right now at this moment she's taking care of herself and focusing on that. Good things are coming. It's on its way. So there's definitely nothing to worry about. And also with all of this major arcana, it kind of feels like she's just going down the path that she kind of has to. And even though it's a bit difficult, it's not necessarily bad. Look what we have at the bottom of the deck. We have the Fool. So the Fool talks about taking a leap of faith, just trusting in the universe, trusting in the path, trusting in the flow of things and of life. And usually the Fool is the first card of the major arcana, as it's number 0, and it's supposed to represent a new beginning. Here we see like a lot of white and neutral tones, in the sense of whites and grays. So this is supposed to represent the energy of purity, innocence, and just trusting in the universe. So here it definitely feels like Taeyeon is embarking into this new journey where she's trusting the process, she's trusting the journey, and is trusting that despite all the unknowns ahead of her, everything will be fine. So it definitely feels like good things are coming for Taeyeon, and she's currently just working on taking care of herself. But with all of that said, let's just jump into her career and see what's in store for her right there. So let's see what's going on with Taeyeon's career. Okay. So I got a new deck. It's called Moonology Manifestation or Manifest. Yeah, Manifestation. And my mom bought them for me. She was like, "Here's a gift," and I'm so excited to use them. Okay, I've used them before, but not in a reading. So let's see how they work out for Taeyeon. So the first card that we have is New Moon in Libra. Know you are loved. So for Taeyeon's career, there's a sense of balance. New Moon talks about new chapters, new beginnings. So I do feel that right now Taeyeon is going through a journey of empowerment, a journey of loving herself, and a journey of understanding that she's not alone and people definitely care for her. May it be the people that she works with, may it be the universe working with her, or may it be just fans that care for her and love her. She's definitely feeling that love, knowing that she's not alone, and knowing that she has people backing her up. So definitely a new beginning. The next card that we have is Last Quarter Moon in Taurus. Be proud of yourself. So here is talking about the step right before a new chapter to start. So this is like ending something barely. So the last quarter moon is talking about ending something before it goes into a full moon, if that makes sense. But with the Taurus energy, we have this Venus energy again. But be proud of yourself talks about self-love. It's understanding that right now in Taeyeon's career, she needs to understand her worth. She needs to understand the power that she carries. She needs to understand that she has done a good job. She needs to kind of look into her past and not think of the hardships, but think of the wings, think of the good things, think of the overcome challenges, not the challenges and obstacles themselves, but how they were overcome, how with time it has made her a stronger Taeyeon. It has made her skilled and well-developed individual. So this be proud of yourself is a card that is supposed to remind Taeyeon that she's not alone. Again, there's this sense of her not being alone, but here with be proud of yourself is for Taeyeon to empower herself and understand that she has gone through a journey, and that journey has made her who she is now. So she shouldn't see her past as a waste of time or as something to be regretful or remorseful for, but instead feeling proud and happy and content with how all of that has slowly created a path and given her the tools to be who she is now. Taurus energy talks about someone that is very persistent. So I do feel that life is trying to encourage Taeyeon right now in her career to look back at her journey and seeing all the persistent and slow but steady work that she has done to become who she is now and to come to the day that she is today. You know what I'm trying to get at. The other card that we have is Full Moon in Scorpio. Breathe through the tension. So full moons talk about the peak energy of the moon cycle. The moon goes through a cycle every 28 days or so about a month. And usually with a full moon in Scorpio, which we had one. Did we have one not so long ago? I think we did. Or we're gonna get one soon. Whatever. The timing doesn't matter. What? Let me interpret this. So with this full moon in Scorpio, we're talking about, breathe through the tension. It feels like Taeyeon may have gone through a lot of difficult moments if we combine it with these cards. Like, it feels like if you look at this last quarter moon and this full moon in Scorpio, it kind of talks about going through such a difficult moment that right now Taeyeon has to take a deep breath. It's kind of like relax. All of those difficulties are in the past. Time to focus in the present. Time to look forward towards the future. It's like look at the past to learn from it, but then look at the past as a way of seeing the negative or seeing difficulties or stuff like that. It's like focus on how that made you stronger, right? So in Taeyeon's career right now, life is encouraging her to relax, to take a deep breath. Usually when people focus on their breathing, it helps them enter this meditative mode or enter this conscious mode where they're more aware of their body, they're more aware of their breathing, and it also helps calm down the brain when you're breathing. So deep breaths. Also with breathe through the tension, it feels like Taeyeon has gone through a period of a lot of difficulties and a lot of challenges, and life is just telling her to relax because those transformations were not easy. So I wanted to mention that with the full moon in Scorpio here, you can see how the moon is like slowly peeking out of the mountain. So it definitely feels like there's a sense of hope, there's a sense of growth. But again, to me, Scorpio symbolizes a lot of transformations and change. So Taeyeon just went through this very big changes that life wants to encourage her to look back upon. So like that, she can see the growth and development rather than remember or feel the pain from those times. So life definitely is encouraging her to look at the good side of those difficult moments, of those transformations. So what's going on with Taeyeon's career? We have outer core with fluidity. So there's a sense of going with the flow. With this outer core, it feels like her physical body or her public image or her her external side, right? So it definitely feels like life is encouraging her to go with the flow, go with her emotions. Here we have the number 12, which if you add up is 3. 1 plus 2 is 3, and 3 is a number of collaboration and working with other people. In tarot, it makes me think of the 3 of Pentacles, which talks about people with their expertise working with each other to create something. So they're working together in a project, and that's how it goes. So with this outer core and this fluidity, there's a sense of going with the flow, a sense of, if you look at all of this water, it feels of like working with her creativity, her emotions, and connecting with herself, and having a sense of self-awakening or self-awareness in her career that will allow her to feel a lot more empowered and will allow her to let go of anything that has to be let go in order to move forward and work. So there's a sense that right now in her career, life wants her to just go with the flow, take care of herself and nurture herself, and just try to show who she truly is to the world, or at least the people that she's working with. There's a sense of whatever's inside of her to slowly come out of its shell and reflect on her external image. So there's a sense of being a little bit more like she may become like slowly be transforming into that, or she is being encouraged to do that in her career. The other card that we have is Moon with Darkness. So we saw the Moon card back in her current energy, and I was mentioning how that talks about shadow work or her or like the unknown and stuff like that. So here I think it's just kind of reinforcing that in her career she's doing some shadow work. She may be going towards a side of herself that she can't see clearly, or a side of herself that she's not aware of, her subconscious. So there's this sense of who she truly is deep in the inside slowly coming out into the light. Or what I mean by light is like come out to the external light, to the public's eye, to the spotlight, that kind of light. When we talk about darkness, we're not talking about good or bad. We're talking about what can be seen and what cannot be seen. So here it kind of feels like Taeyeon is being encouraged, or she's working towards that in her career to kind of start showing this new side of herself, or trying to be a little bit more honest, or trying to bring out of her own solitude, going out of her solitude and being more towards the public, or being more out there somehow, putting who she truly is under that spotlight. So there's a sense of maybe she's doing a lot of shadow work, and that's helping her learn and helping her develop this new version of herself, or creating this more genuine side of herself in her career. And it seems like life is applauding her for not risking as in like this was dangerous, but risking in the sense of like just opening up her heart to the people that love her, that type of thing. Seems like life is definitely very happy that she took the chance to just be who she is to the people that she cares about, and the reward is that now she's aware of all the love that she's receiving in her career. So let's continue with her career. So what's going on with Taeyeon's career? The first card that popped out is the Knight of Pentacles reverse. So the Knight of Pentacles is a very slow moving energy. It's still moving forward, but it's slower than the other knights in the deck. When it's Pentacles energy, we're talking about being the physical world, money, career, that kind of thing. However, with this Knight of Pentacles, we're talking of someone that's very good at analyzing, someone that's very good at observing, but with it in reverse, I feel that Taeyeon is a little bit, she's not grounded enough to see how things are working clearly. She kind of just feels them. But let's get a little bit more information with the Knight of Pentacles reverse. So we have the Devil again, and then we have Death reverse. So with the Devil again, we're talking about illusions, but okay, let me explain. With the Devil this time, usually the Devil talks about being under the illusion of something. However, with Taeyeon, it was very clear that the Devil is appearing because of the external expectations that is being put on her, and she's not really like caving into it, but she's aware of them, and it does affect her. So external criticism or external expectations, it does bear weight on her. However, she seems to be pretty loyal to who she is anyway. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't get to her sometimes. So even if it may seem that Taeyeon's a bit aloof sometimes, or that she may not seem like here on earth, like grounded, she feels things rather than seeing it, like observing what people are doing. She kind of just knows and feels it. So she's a bit more intuitive, I feel. And I feel that's why the Knight of Pentacles is reversed. However, I wanted to point out to the Death. We have Death reversed. Death talks about transformations, as we saw here. Death talks about letting go of the old, bringing in the new. It talks about of rebirth, kind of like a phoenix moment, like letting go of something and then bringing into life something else. That's why it's a transformation. And Death here is Scorpio energy, which we talked about here. So it definitely feels that in Taeyeon's career, she is just working on letting go of the old, or letting go of expectations people may have of her that are kind of like bearing her down or like holding her back somehow. So it seems like that's her biggest transformation. However, with the Death reverse, I do feel that she is struggling hardcore with this transformation, or she's resisting that change. I don't really know what's getting in her way besides her perspective of it. That seems to be the biggest thing. But also, I feel that the other obstacle could be that she's so focused on her work and on what she's doing that she doesn't really have the time for herself, that she needs to process that change and that transformation, or to process what the issue is before she can solve it, that type of thing. So what's going on with Taeyeon's career? We have the Nine of Cups. So she seems to be very happy. It seems like the things that are happening in her career make her feel fulfilled and make her feel like a dream has come true. So she seems like she's very content with her career, but there's a sense like even though she's very happy with her work, it seems like there's this beautiful outer version of Taeyeon, she still carries like the dark side of her career, right? So just because it is her dream come true, it doesn't mean that it's not difficult. It doesn't mean that there's baggage. So there's this sense of like she's very content with what she's doing, she's very happy with her career, but there's still like a dark side to the industry that she just naturally has some baggage with and is dealing with it every day. The other card that came up is again the Six of Swords reverse. So it seems like the sense of stagnation that we saw in her current energy is because of her career. I thought it was pretty obvious, but it's nice to get that confirmation. So yeah, here we see how this person is like moving away from all this crazy waters and going towards calmer ones. And here we have almost like the sun coming out, like there's a sense of hope, right? So let's see what else is going on with Taeyeon's career. So here we have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands talks about celebration. Here we have music, happiness, and to me the Four of Wands talks about home. So I do feel that Taeyeon feels at home, feels very happy and content with her career despite the difficulties that she may not be able to move on from. So there's definitely something holding her back in her career. Oh look, another card of celebration. Here we have the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups talks about celebration, hanging out with friends, being happy, getting drunk, going out to parties. So she seems to be very happy. Seems like she's very content. There's a lot she can celebrate for her career. There's a lot she can have fun with. There's a lot that she enjoys about her work. But again, there's some stagnation, baggage that she's going through. The other card that we have is the Knight of Cups reverse. So the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles are opposites. We have Pisces and Virgo energy. Here it feels like there's a lack of offers, but it felt like of love. So there's a sense of maybe her work gets in the way of her love life, which we're about to read in a little bit. After this, we'll get it to her love life. But there's also a sense of like there's a lot of opportunities that feel wasted somehow, or that don't come through because of her work. So maybe Taeyeon is very happy with her work, so she doesn't want to get in matters of love, or because of her work, despite making her very happy, it gets in the way of her love life. Because usually the Knight of Cups is seen as the most romantic knight of the deck, is usually seen as an offer or a confession of sorts, usually romantic. So with it being reversed, I do feel that Taeyeon's career gets in the way of her love life, and that could be something that annoys her sometimes. I'm just gonna take out one more card for that. Yeah, we have the Ace of Cups reversed. So it definitely feels like her career gets in the way of her love life, and that's something that frustrates her and annoys her, because these two cards came out together. Usually Aces again talks about new beginnings, Cups talks about emotions, creativity, and spirituality. So I do feel that she can't start a romantic relationship because of her career. Maybe it's very hard, and maybe it's a lot of hard work, maybe it's very demanding, very emotionally and energetically taxing for her, or maybe because she's under the public's eye, you know, the little devil on her shoulder is always telling her like, don't do this, don't do that, or it just gets in her way. It's too much work to make both work and happen. So she's very happy with her career, so she prefers to work on that and concentrate on that rather than focus on love, because it just doesn't seem to work. Now it could be because her career gets in the way, as much as it could just be that love just doesn't work. Like, it just doesn't work for her. But let's jump into her love life now that we ended that note on that. So what's going on with Taeyeon's love life? Wait, I was gonna grab it. We have Comfort Hearth. So there's this sense, this card pops out a lot. When I use this deck, that card always pops out in the love life. If you see my G-Friend ones, you'll see it like in 2 or 3 of the members, that they got Hearth in their love life. But here we have number 11, so mirroring, you know, 2 individuals coming together. Hearth, we're talking about fire, that comfortable warmth that you get, not a burning fire, it's a comfortable one. Here we have a loyal friend to this baby, which is dog. It looks like it's a Labrador, I think. But yeah, this fire is supposed to symbolize a sense of being cared for, a sense of warmth, a sense of protection. It's like divine protection because of the fire. In some places, fire is very, very sacred. It is a form of being super protected. It is a form of, I think in Greece, it's a thing of, that's what the booklet was talking about. Something about like in Greece, there's a sense of always wanting to keep the fire going because of how much they believe in it. The fire also makes me think of a phoenix, which we talked about in the death card for Taeyeon's career. But there's this sense, if you look at this baby looks comfortable just laying down on the dog, and the dog feels like it's a very loyal companion to this baby. So it feels like they're very close, and they're like, what is it called? Like already intertwined to take care of each other, and being completely loyal to each other. So I do feel that maybe Taeyeon is is desiring that in a relationship, or she already has that. So now that we're talking about loyal companions, I want to show you my little baby, which is Linda, which gives the best healing huggies. And I just kind of like the baby laying down on the dog. I kind of just hug Linda when I need a hug. Anyway, let's focus on Taeyeon. So let's see what else is going on with Taeyeon's love life. So it seems like she wants someone very loyal, or she already has that. I'm not sure. But if things are not working out with her love life, I think that's just what she wants. But it seems like she also wants an explosive love. We have volcanoes and power, and when I meant explosive love, let's just say that my mind went down to the gutter, and I'm just hoping that Taeyeon gets some good love. Taeyeon is a grown woman; she can do whatever she wants, but I don't want to go too graphic and describe all of that. So you can imagine whatever it is that you want to imagine, and you will probably guess right. So yeah, volcanoes, very passionate love, very strong, raw, and straightforward. Seems like she wants a partner that will give all of themselves to her and will be very honest. Because I'm thinking of this like strong Mars energy. So someone that is just straightforward, direct, and good at many things. Next card. We have pressure and transformation. Let's talk about diamonds. Every time that card comes up, I always think of diamonds. How diamonds have to go through a lot of pressure before it can come together into this shiny diamond. So that's usually what I talk about when this card comes up. And that's what I talked about just now. Also, with this transformation card, we're talking about a lot of transformations with Taeyeon. So it just feels like that's a very big theme with her right now. So it feels like in her love life is the same thing. She wants comfort, she wants passion out of her partner, and it seems like she's just going to transform because of that. So I do feel that she wants someone that is at its core someone similar to her in the sense of comfort. The comfort feels like someone similar to her, and the power with the volcano feels like an opposite of sorts. So she wants someone that will balance her out in that sense. Someone that that has enough of common ground to get along, but also someone that's different enough from her so that she can learn from that person. And I'm talking about that because we have transformation and pressure. So I do feel that there's a sense of like clashing forces coming together to form a union and understanding of each other, finding complete loyalty because that's what both parties want, rather than just getting along so well that it falls apart because it's like dating yourself. Alright, so I do feel that Taeyeon is looking for someone that has a lot of things that she wishes she has and also things that she already has. So again, enough common ground to get along, but different enough to learn from each other. And that's where the transformation comes in. Taeyeon wants someone that's different enough from her so that she can transform into the person she wants to be. And with this pressure and this transformation, it feels like Taeyeon is currently aware of the transformation she's going through in her career, and she's aware of the transformation she wants to go through in her love life. So let's see what else is going on in Taeyeon's love life. So we have New Moon in Scorpio, go deeper. So there's a sense of maybe Taeyeon is being encouraged to figure out what she really wants in a partner. Or here, having the New Moon in Scorpio next to the volcano, she wants someone that is emotionally has a lot of depth and has, I guess, a very good understanding of how the world works, and being able to see the in-betweens of something. So she doesn't want someone, so I'm getting like the raw power of an Aries, but the depth of a Scorpio, right? So wild waters, you can put it that way. She wants someone that is able to understand and is okay trying to figure out like the unknowns of the universe, the mysteries of all of that. Seems like Taeyeon is someone that tends to go deep in thought, so she kind of does want someone that has some depth to them, something that she can like look at and be like, okay, this person has more to them than the surface level. Seems like she wants someone that will deeply care for her and love her, as we have the Scorpio energy. It's super loyal and it's possessive at times, but with a go deeper, it kind of felt like it was a message for Taeyeon to go deeper within herself to truly understand what she wants in a partner. to not just go for the first fulano she finds, and actually take the time to figure out what she wants in a partner, to be able to acknowledge and see when that person comes forward, she's able to be like, yes, you are exactly what I'm looking for. So there's a sense of her having to do, that's Taeyeon's homework in her love life. Figure out what she wants in a partner, and then she'll be able to recognize it when it comes to her. So let's see what else is going into Taeyeon's love life. Okay, those two came out. We have full moon in Aries, cool your emotions. And then we have full moon in Cancer, let your fears dissolve. So with this transformation card that we have right here, there's a sense, here we have two cardinal signs. So life is definitely pushing Taeyeon to look towards this, like taking action towards this new side of her, taking action in her emotions, and kind of with cool your emotions, there's a sense of having a cool mind, a cool brain, like trying to find peace and balance within herself, so like that she can see things a bit clearer. So that Justice card that we saw in her current energy is like life is pushing her to reach that point, so that she's able to have a clear judgment of how she feels, so like that she's able to figure out what she wants. But with cool your emotions is a sense of not being impulsive. We do have a full moon, so it's like peak energy, and then full moon in Aries is like insane energy. Because Aries energy is very impulsive. It's a sign that sees no impossibles. It's the baby of the zodiac, so it's a new beginning. It's an energy that is like, oh, if my body can handle it, we can do it. So it definitely feels like life is encouraging Taeyeon to not be impulsive, to take a breather, to see things clearly, try to see things, try to feel things, not at the moment, but like take some time off to process those emotions, think about them, analyze them, because this full moon in Cancer, let your fears dissolve. It's a way to allow Taeyeon to figure out that she's taking out the steps forward, not out of the impulse of overcoming her fears, but fully understanding what she's afraid of, allowing that to not hold her back, and then taking the step forward to something, it's kind of like taking an educated emotional step, if that makes sense. It's like working through her emotions to not just move forward just because, but because she's taking the time off to understand how she feels and where she wants to go at, and walking with purpose towards what her goals is, or allowing her emotions to work with her and not against her in that sense. So not be impulsive, but be understanding and working through those fears with a brave courage energy, rather than allowing fears to overcome her and just taking action, and again taking the first fulano that she finds. My editor monkey will explain to you guys what fulano means, but let's go into her tarot for her love life. So I took a little break just to talk to my sisters for a little bit, and I realized that I didn't use the third oracle cards that I was going to use for in Taeyeon's career. So I think she doesn't really care about her career. She's like, that's fine, there's nothing to say, there's nothing going on. That I kind of find it funny that I'm like, oh wait, it feels weird, like I feel like I'm lacking oracle cards. Well, here you are. They were right next to me and I forgot about them. So what's going on in Taeyeon's love life? So we have Euphoria with honor yourself. So I believe Taeyeon got something similar in her career. So whatever it is that she's working on in her career, it will benefit her love life as well. So with the Euphoria, I'm sensing this sense of happiness and sense of things finally working out. And here we have number 9, and here we have number 9 as well. So maybe the moment that Taeyeon works on herself and has a little bit more of self-respect and power and confidence, the person that she's looking for will come through, because that person will be able to see her, if that makes sense. It's kind of like she's becoming the person that she wants to. She's working towards becoming the person that she wishes to be, and that is enough to bring in the person that she desires in her life, if that makes sense. Again, the whole thing of like being in a decent enough energy to welcome a new one. So one more card for Taeyeon's love life. We have Vertigo. Whatever you choose will be correct, with the key. So the key to Taeyeon's happiness is to just do whatever she wants. So it definitely feels that if Taeyeon trusts in herself and just does whatever makes her happy, as long as she's not hurting herself or the people around her, she's doing the right thing. With that vertigo card, I don't know, when I hear that, it makes me think of like going dizzy or like losing it a little bit. Look, here we have cultivate love at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, it feels like to unlock her love life, which it seems like that was a very big deal to Taeyeon, because that's it appeared in her career as well. And I was like, okay, well, let's jump to her love life. It feels like Taeyeon wants love, loyalty, passion, deep care for someone, and to be cared for. So it definitely feels like life is encouraging her to take care of herself, do what she wants to do, and she'll be in the right path anyway, as long as she's open to love. Oh, you know which song I just got? What's the name of it? I Got Love by Taeyeon. Haha, what a beautiful song. I don't really know what it is about, but definitely it's probably interesting. I really like the song, but I've never really searched up what the song's about. So maybe that's important. But yeah, cultivate love. Life is definitely encouraging Taeyeon to be just more open to love. Let's see what's going on with Taeyeon's love life. Let's get nosy in here. We have the Five of Swords. I thought it was a Five of Wands, but no, it's a Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords talks about winning a battle, but a warning, like life is warning Taeyeon to be cautious, because the people she fought for this battle to be won could come and get revenge. She got the spoils of the war, well, the battle, but that doesn't mean that the war is over. People can still come back for those spoils, get revenge, that kind of thing. So life's definitely warning her. So let's say if Taeyeon has a partner right now, but there's like jealous people around her, or she kind of had like competitors to get this person, other love interests that were getting in the way. Now those people could be like sending her some bad juju for what she did. It's like, oh, she took it. No, she won the prize, and now they want revenge. So life is telling her to be careful. But there's also the Queen of Cups. So life is telling her to be happy, be optimistic. Again, Scorpio energy with the Queen of Cups. Also, there's a sense of being divinely protected, as there's 3 little angels. But also there's a sense of cupids in the air, love's around the air for Taeyeon, because it looks like little cupids. There's also a sense of being very content, happy, and proud. There's a sense of being a little bit smug with how the Queen of Cups looks. Like if you look at her face, it looks like she's very satisfied. She feels like she's victorious, and there's a sense of being a bit snobby. I don't know, like there's a sense of like looking up, like, yes, I won, so what? So there's a sense of like, again, honoring herself. Life is definitely encouraging Taeyeon to honor herself in her love life, for sure will be benefited. What else was I going to say? So yeah, being emotionally stable, confident, content, connected with herself, and very intuitive. I think if Taeyeon's intuitive, she'll be able to find the person that she's looking for. But again, going deeper to figure out what it is that she's looking for, so that she doesn't just, those people that date other people just to not be alone. Life is telling her, don't do that. That's a waste of time. Try to look for someone that has the things that you're looking for, so you don't waste your time. Like life is like, don't waste your time with those losers. Okay, I'm sorry. They're not losers. They're just not what she's looking for. Here we have the Page of Pentacles reverse. So there's a sense of like slowing down a little bit. Pages are about new beginnings, embarking into this new version of themselves. So I do feel that Taeyeon is definitely being encouraged to pause a little bit and see, kind of ground herself. That's what I'm getting at with this Pentacles energy. Is like finally allowing Taeyeon to ground herself a little bit more on earth and start thinking, okay, what do I want in a person physically? What am I aiming for? Do I want them to act like this, have this characteristics, a job like this or a job like that? So life is like, it will be good for Taeyeon to start writing down what she's looking for in a partner, so like that she can like look at it later and be like, did I really write this? Is this good? No. Or, oh yes, it is. Here we also have the Page of Cups. So there's a sense of with these 2 pages, there is a sense for Taeyeon in her love life to slowly start manifesting what she wants in a partner. Maybe like what emotional connection she wants with that person, what physically that person can offer to her, that kind of thing. So it definitely feels like a new beginning, a new chapter, a new person, like baby energies, like slowly creating, visualizing the person of her dreams. Like life is definitely encouraging her to start doing that. We have the Ace of Wands reversed again. So the Ace of Wands that we saw in her current energy could have been something in relation to her love life. So maybe her public image gets in the way of her love life, but with patience she'll be able to have this new beginning with a partner that she may be looking for. And do you see this is the cutest 9 of Swords you'll ever see. But the 9 of Swords talks about nightmares, anxiety, and being super stressed. So it's almost like waking up from a nightmare because of how much stress this individual is on, with all of the swords kind of bearing this weight on top of this person. But she looks so cute. Anyway, so it seems like Taeyeon it's overthinking something. It feels overwhelmed and very stressed. So we saw in her current energy, the devil was right next to the Ace of Wands reverse. So it definitely feels like maybe some external energy is getting in her way, her point of view, her perspective, like something is clouding her judgment or holding her back and leaving her stagnant by making her feel imprisoned somehow. And here we have the 10 of Pentacles reverse. So she got the 10 of Pentacles in her current energy as well, but it was supposed to show a sense of success and fulfillment by being able to take care of herself. It's like only when she's taking care of herself she will be able to take care of somebody else, or even have the time of day with somebody else. So with this 10 of Pentacles reverse, it kind of feels like with all of this energy of being stressed, not even having a clear view of what she wants in a partner, and because of that not being able to take action, it causes her to not be able to create a stable enough foundation to have this partner and be able to create a long-lasting relationship she will want in a partner if that's what she's looking for. Because the 10 of Pentacles talks about generations of families being brought together. You have the grandchildren, the grandma, and if you have that, the parents are somewhere there too. And it's supposed to, in the background you can see like the castle of a long-lasting stable foundation that has been built and a safe home for the people involved here. And with the 10 of Pentacles, we're talking about the end of a cycle, which talks about money, career, and success in the material sense. So yeah, wealth, career, health even. So with it in reverse, it kind of feels like the only way Taeyeon can find a good partner and something that makes her happy, she definitely needs to continue working on herself. Oh, I thought there was a card underneath this one. I was like, oh, was there a whole card in there and I didn't look at it? Okay, let's take one last card for Taeyeon's love life, and then I'll let her go. I'll let her be. So yeah, we have the 6 of Wands reverse in her love life. She definitely doesn't feel like it's going to work out. She feels like she will not succeed in her love life. She feels like she doesn't feel victorious in her love life. Like things are not working out the way that she wants it, and because of that, she feels a little bit bummed out. She feels a bit sad, a bit let down. Like she doesn't have hope and faith that things are going to work out in her love life, and that could bring him stress. That could mean that there's no suitors coming through. She probably shuts them down before they even come through, or life is like, no, those are not the right ones. Jimmy, get out of there. Leave Taeyeon alone. I always bring Jimmy. Jimmy is always my Jimmy, little Timmy, and little Katie. Those are my go-to names when I'm talking about random people in English. In Spanish, we do have more established names for random people out there. Anyway, I'll leave that there. Let's jump into her healing messages, which is the last section of her individual reading, and then we can call it a day. Let's jump into that. So let's see. Healing messages for Taeyeon. The first card that came out is the Grasshopper Spirit with Take a Leap of Faith. So in her current energy, we saw the Fool at the very last bottom of the deck card that came up. So definitely take a leap of faith. Here we have number 30, which adds up to 3. 3 plus 0 is 3, which definitely feels this sense of like working together with spirit, working together with other people to make her dreams come true, just trusting in the process, going with the flow. I think Taeyeon's worst enemy right now is her thoughts, and in a sense I feel like her idea or her lack of hope that things will get better is what gets in the way of her manifestations right now, or of her dreams, or for fate to make things happen, because then she puts herself in a bubble filled with fears, frustrations, and anxiety in such a way that life is like, we can't work with you if you don't let us. So I do feel that Taeyeon could be in such a period that she doesn't take the leap of faith and doesn't allow the universe to do what it can do, whatever is outside of Taeyeon's control. She should just let go of it and allow the universe to take care of that. But I understand fears are big right now. So the first card that we have is a dog spirit with be loyal to what you love. So Taeyeon is definitely being encouraged to continue doing what she likes to do. That's very similar to another card that she got in her love section of her individual reading. Like, just continue doing, the key to her success is just to continue doing what she likes to do. I think it's because when people do what they like to do, it makes people be in the right energy. They're finally in the vibration of their truest form, and that allows them to attract the people that they have to attract the opportunities that they want to attract, or that it's right for them, because they're finally vibrating in the energy that is meant for them. Because there's no baggage, there's healing, there is truth and power and confidence by doing what you love to do. And that's very helpful. It helps people see you for your true worth, if that makes sense. So let's see. Healing messages for Taeyeon. We have the pig spirit reversed with use your mind wisely. So with it being reversed, I feel that the pig spirit is like having to put extra effort to work with Taeyeon and making sure that she is not stressed, to make sure that she is grounded, to make sure that she is planted and rooted in such a way that she's able to see the reality of her situation, rather than the expectations of having to do things as she plans them, or maybe the fears that cloud her ability to have faith and hope into a brighter future. What else? With use your mind wisely, there's also a sense of making sure that she's not overthinking, making sure that she's not stressing herself out of those fears. Yeah, I think that's the main thing with the pig. Here we have the rhino spirit reversed with overcome any obstacle. So yes, the rhino is here to remind Taeyeon that she is protected, in the sense of like, if there's something that it's out of her power and out of her control to overcome, life will take care of that. She doesn't have to worry about it. However, with it being reversed, I feel that it's an extra reminder to Taeyeon that even to let go. It's one of those things that if she continues holding and latching onto things so much, it will make it very difficult for life to do their job and take care of getting rid of the obstacles and getting rid of those things that she doesn't like directly have the power of. Let's say that there's a project that she wants to manifest, but she hasn't found the right people. If she lets go of the frustration, or lets go of the fear that she will never find those people, life will be able to take care of it and allow it to come through, because she's not getting on the way of her own self. By letting go, she'll be able to accept the opportunities when they come true, instead of being worried and cautious to the point that she just runs the opposite direction when they come through. That's kind of what I mean by letting go of control. Let's see, more messages for Taeyeon. We have the wombat spirit with be at home. So here, life is definitely encouraging Taeyeon to continue being in isolation if that's what she desires, or that helps her like heal and come to in terms to herself and be herself again, and honoring herself, self-care, self-love. Life is definitely encouraging her to do that. So be at home. May it be do what she loves to do, or may it be take care of herself. Life is definitely encouraging that and making sure that she continues doing that. The other card that came with it was the seahorse spirit reverse with watch and wait. So definitely a sense of be patient. Okay, it's strange because with the seahorse spirits, I'm getting a sense of like being patient, but also understanding that she doesn't have to wait too long for things to start working out. It is a sense of things are already moving, things are already like going and working in the way that they have to work. It's just that it hasn't manifested physically in front of Taeyeon, if that makes sense. So like the things that she's aiming, the things that she is looking for, and the things that she wants and desires in life, it's already in the move on. So putting the right pieces in the right place, finding the right people to be in the right energy or in the right mood or whatever is necessary for her path and for her plan, it's all being put out in the works. It's already being laid out, like the path is already being laid out. It's just that it's not time for Taeyeon to walk the path, so she can't see it yet. And I feel that that's why the seahorse is reversed. Okay, these cards came out quickly. We have the mouse spirit reversed with 10 to the small things. With it being reversed, I feel that life is actually encouraging Taeyeon to not focus so much on those small things, if that makes sense. It's kind of like focus on the steps, like those little steps that she can take forward to make her dreams come true. So if right now that step is to take to relax and pause for a minute, life is definitely encouraging her to do that. Or if that little step is to slowly work on herself and give love to herself, life is encouraging that. So with 10 to the small details, or like the small things, is like focus on the present moment, and the mouse spirit is encouraging her to focus on that present moment rather than taking on everything. So with it in reverse, I feel that life is telling her, even if you feel like you're not taking action, you are, and that's it. Like when you're relaxing and you feel like you're doing nothing, you are doing something, and that's fine. So that is a very necessary step. Self-healing, self-love, and self-care, those are very important for her right now, and life is content with her doing that. Even if she feels like she's doing nothing, life's like, you're doing something, that's fine. The other card that we have is the sandpiper spirit reverse would be playful, but with it being reversed, I feel that there's a sense of Taeyeon doesn't have to feel regret or feel remorse or feel bad about doing stuff that she enjoys. Maybe she's in a stage right now where when she does something fun, she feels like she's wasting time, or when she's doing something that she enjoys, she starts, like, fear starts kicking in that she will lose those things that make her happy. So life is definitely encouraging her to have fun, to be happy, and to let go of any judgments that goes through from other people or external forces criticizing her for being happy. It's kind of like, if you're happy, do those things. Don't let anybody like rain on your parade, that type of thing. Next, we have the whale spirit reverse with trust the great mystery. So again, this sense of take a leap of faith, be loyal to what you love. This whale spirit is kind of encouraging Taeyeon to continue going down her path and just trusting in the universe, trusting the unknown, understanding that there's things outside of her power, and that's perfectly fine, and leaving some things for spirit, for her guardian angels, for the universe, for life to do their thing. Let the divine do what it has to do. With this whale spirit reverse, it's kind of like, don't question it. You don't even like feel bad that you don't know what's going on. She did have the moon reverse in her current energy, so there's a lot of things that she still can't see. There's a lot of things that she's not aware of. The moon could be about her subconscious, but it could also just be her environment and her surroundings are filled with a lot of mysteries, unknowns, and like a lot of things that she's not aware of. And it's outside of her power. So life is kind of like, don't question it. Don't feel too bad that you don't know the answers to everything. Just go with the flow. Biggest encouragement or biggest advice, go with the flow. So one last card to fill up the space right here. One last message to close Taeyeon's reading. Let's see. Oh, I wanted one, but there are three. I'll take the bottom then. We have the White Raven Spirit, trust in the magic. That's perfect. So to end of Taeyeon's reading, we have number 66. We have the White Raven Spirit with trust in the magic. Once I got this card in, it was during a time when I was getting the same message over and over with trust the magic, trust the universe, believe in magic, have faith. So I feel that with Taeyeon, she's getting the same energy, same vibe, same message of, there's things that she will not know of. Life has encouraged her to leave things in their hands and for her to take the leap of faith, work on herself, let go of frustration, just because she's not seeing things manifest directly doesn't mean that it's not happening. Be loyal to what she loves, so like that she can have fun and have no regrets. So having fun, taking one step at a time, staying in the present, understanding that there's things outside of her power, and that's perfectly fine. That's the magic that she has to trust in. Just trust that whatever she's doing is not getting on the way of her manifestations. It's just part of her journey, and that's perfectly fine and perfectly normal. So yeah, definitely trust in the magic. But with all of that said, I will leave it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, or hope you were able to learn from this or find it entertaining. I will see you on the next one, whenever that is. And let's just hope that Taeyeon has a bright future in front of her and even a better present. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Love and healing from my part to you, and bye.